Okay, show me where it is. He's gonna show us where his track is. He said him and Mom been working on an enduro track, so he's gonna show us. Oh, we go around that and then this way? Wow. We can maybe go like in between that too?
Yeah, and log up over that.
Yeah, we go like in between those rocks and maybe that rock pile, and then like there's bark, log hops that you guys made.
Yeah, and
Nice. Into this. Right like that. Boom. Yeah, it moves a lot. Trying to get my rear wheel over that to that spot. This wind makes it kind of sketchy. I gotta get warmed up. Wind makes it feel sketchy, like you're gonna blow over. Here's this new route. I feel so foreign. Messed that up. Goody? Oh, I feel foreign, huh? I feel like I can't get it done. Dang, dude, you rip over the rocks. I'm like shaking. I'm like, it's like sketching me out for some reason today. We're gonna see how warm this is. Yeah, we're gonna be trying logs and stuff on the old 300. And I'm going to be trying it in second gear with this new gearing is the goal. Nice wheelied over that, kind of stuck my heel in it though. That section's actually kind of easy with this suspension, with dirt bike suspension. It's a little more controllable Let's go try this section here. Nice. Made things actually pretty easy. Oh, this log, I don't know why, but it scares me. Wasn't too bad. Ah, stuck. I got stuck. Basic feeling what your bike's doing, but you always want to transition back to training on these because as far as like getting the power, how the power is delivered, these and electric are not the same. So here's this little I like it. Doing that little side hill prep there. Not falling down the mountain. That's good, I like it. Good stuff. Beautiful. Using the clutch now instead of my hand. Well, it's a little bit of both on a dirt bike, but just being in control and not losing that thing. So I can bump into these with my front tire, but my goal is to try to run into them with my rear tire. Huh? Come back. We just got traction. We just got all the traction here. This bike from zero is sketchy compared to an e-bike. But I'm doing a lot better than I ever did, and I give full 100% credit to that electric bike. Is why I'm doing so much better on this bike than I've ever done before. 100%, it's all credit to the e-bike of just learning, you know, the basics of suspension and hopping. See right there, I didn't have my weight back. I could feel it too. My weight wasn't into the pegs when I compressed the suspension and it spun out. So here you can even hop your stuff over. Hop your stuff over. And like these little logs is what we actually train on instead of these big ones. And all we're focusing on, because look, I could just run this over. It's zero consequence, even on the e-bike. But what we're focusing on, instead of just worrying about getting our front tire over it, I'm focusing on keeping that front wheel up until my back tire touches it, and just using that little bit of a pop on the tire and modulating the throttle and your clutch to not loop it out and keep your wheel up. And this is the stuff we start on and practice on. Wow! This is probably like one of my favorite things right here is this whole little section. Either going to the left, like either getting up here and going to the left. That's pretty fun. And then this is like my most realistic thing I have right here. And that's like, I try to think of it as if you have like a really rocky section of a trail and it gets up on a side hill, of trying to keep the wheel up and like pick your way through it while not just slamming the front down and landing your pipe on rocks and stuff like that. And that's why I try to slow down and focus on just controlled up and like get my back tire through the hole, set my front tire on the side hill, and then that's a really loose shale side hill, and I put that rock there so you don't cheat and go out of throttle and clutch control and weighting that outside peg so that you don't slip down and go over that. And that's like one of the coolest things about this spot right here that I think is awesome. Like, that is so sick. And then just wheeling your back tire through that, it's dope, dude. That's like one of my favorite spots so far. You know, we're gonna build so much out here, but so far that's what I like working, is that spot right there. This way too. Oh man, I was a little premature getting up here. There we go. Right like that. And then just cross that sketchy little section and down. That's another one of my favorite little like working the bike spots. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. Low speed skills to practice. That was the green map. And I also had my clutch damping in setting 2. I've moved it to setting 3, which should be a little bit bigger of a friction zone, and we're gonna be in the white map on setting 2 on my damper and see how my bike feels. So I'm in the white map. We're gonna see. Not as lively, obviously. I just let the front end fall right into that. Okay. So she's not as lively on the white map. Or maybe, I don't know. Definitely needs more. So let's do that on the green map now and see if it helps pop the front end up a little better. Much better on the green map. Yeah, the green map. So on the green map, it just doesn't deflect the torque curve, and I can get the traction zone I want to the wheels. And that's all it is. There we go. Green map is definitely like 100% more reactive by a long shot. No doubt in my mind. Yeah. So I found too that going into the number 3 setting on my clutch, what it did is it actually allowed me to get my clutch disengagement in the point where it's more comfortable for me. I don't know that I necessarily feel it being softer, but it used to be kind of a pain of wanting my clutch out a little further, and I'd still have to pull it all the way to point whatever to get the clutch to disengage. And now I can kind of hang my finger off and just kind of float that sucker, you know what I mean? So that's cool. Definitely am finding a lot of cool things just playing with this thing. So yeah, I like green map better. I could see where the white map might like. I could see where the white map would be like for like loose, wet, rooty climbs maybe, but I'm pretty positive for just being precise with your throttle and suspension and popping everything up. Green map's where it's at. 100% green map's where it's at. And moving my clutch plate, now I don't have to pull it so deep into the pole. It's disengaging where I like it. So white map is not reactive. That's like having, the white map is like having that with the engine braking thing on. It's almost like there's like a delay to the hit. Like I gave it full commitment, and rather than picking my rear end up, it just like drove me straight, and then I was just like, deesh. This log's good practice for just throttle control, baby, throttle control. That's cool. We'll try this on this little gap section. This one I feel like we can climb, like, but it's pretty sketchy to climb where you want to climb it. I gotta watch my peg, because my peg will drag. So what's cool about this spot is right in this spot, like this foot is weighted because there's the hole, right? That's the downhill side. But when I wheelie up and transition, this foot becomes the weighted spot. So this is a good like transitional point of, it's just different, right? And so I go from weighting this peg to committed, wheelie across, and now this foot's weighted and this leg's my dabber. And now that I explained that, I'll probably dick it up, but just like that. Ooh. Yeah, so this one, this outside leg will then become the dabber, so I gotta practice transitioning just like that. And now that leg is the one that needs to weight the outside. So it's a cool little transitional point, kind of. Yeah, learning things, it's fun. So sick. Before you know it, I'll be doing these things. Just kidding. I'm still scared of this. This is scary right here. Oh, I got it, babe! I went up the ramp. That was sick. That's the first time I've done the ramp. It's no different than a dirt bike ramp, but it's still sketchy feeling. Nice, E. Yeehaw! So, that little e-bike right there has taught me all the confidence that I'm getting on this bike right now. 100%. Without a doubt. It's all from that e-bike. Just knowing my suspension, how it works, modulating my wheelie of where I want it, not going too far or too little. Throttle control, traction. It was all learned from just taking away the clutch, taking away all the power, and straight up just focusing on throttle modulation and my body position on the bike, which is all you have to worry about on that e-bike. Then obviously you cross over, work on the bike. I can add all the other stuff with having the knowledge I have. You're standing up? That's sick, dude. Dope. Yeah. So sick. So, and that's so cool, just figuring out where my rear tire is so key. Like, just always having an idea where your rear tire is such a key thing. And knowing when it's going to make contact, and knowing that helps you know where you got to modulate your wheelie to, honestly. I'm so glad I went and got this and tried. I feel like I'm like so much better already. Like,